What's happening out there, model makers? It's time for a quick review. And I know I always say that and it ends up being half an hour, but this one won't be. This one actually will be quick because this is a really simple product that serves a very wonderful function. And that is for the creation of dioramas. Now, I'm not a diorama builder, at least not yet, or at least not in the sense of having very complex groundwork and structures and lots of figures and different elements that all tell a story. What I do like to do is create scenic bases. A vehicle sitting in a grass field, for example. I think that's a great way to add some interest and some realism without taking away from the focal point of the work. So, not being the kind of guy who wants to spend a lot of time planting little tiny tufts of grass, and I want a quick solution, but one that looks realistic. I have discovered grass mats and discovered that there are certainly different levels of quality. The one that I want to show you today is from a company called Model Scene. That's model-scene.com, and they make wonderful stuff. They make grass mats, they make trees, they make leaves, they make bricks, roofing material, they even make chain link fence. So definitely check them out. The specific thing that we're going to take a look at today is some of their grass mats, and I'm going to change the camera view so we can get a little bit closer look at it. But I think you're going to find this interesting if it's the sort of thing that you use in your projects. Let's take a look. Okay, I've got a bunch of chaos going on at my bench here, but I think we can take a look at this product. This is the one that I was showing you on the previous camera view. And this is what he calls the early summer stony grass mat. And you can see exactly why it's called that. It is indeed very stony. And, not all of these rocks look perfectly positioned. There's a couple of them that look a little odd. But that's an easy fix. And when I'm looking at it overall, I think that everything really does look pretty natural. I mean, if you've ever hiked through a grass meadow in the mountains, this is pretty much what it looks like. Even at 1/35th scale, these rocks are not oversized. I don't think. At 1/48, all of this would be overscale, so probably wouldn't work so good for that. But this other product, which is, hold on, let me find a clear spot to set this. This other product that I have used, I'll just show it to you here. This is, let's see, what's this one called? This is the Fallow Field Early Summer Grass Mat. And I think it's just wonderful. You can see that you get a couple of different lengths and varieties of plants in here. I should point out that it's all green. This area right here that's a yellowed grass, and this dirt is stuff that I added. These yellowed grass tufts are from another supplier, and they're just little individual ones that I planted around to create a little bit of variety. But overall, I think this is really realistic. I love it. He does a good job of giving you some variety in the length and the type of plant that you have there. But it's 100% coverage. You don't see through this mat anywhere. And that's one thing that I've found is better than some of the other products in this category that I've looked at. So hopefully you can see exactly what I'm on about. It's not super thick. That's also an improvement over some of the others that I've seen, where they are up to something like almost 1/4 of an inch thick. This is not too bad. It's thin enough and of a neutral enough color that I'm going to leave the edge of it just as it is on this particular project and not worry about painting it or doing anything to modify that edge. So really good. One thing I will say is for cutting it, you better have a damn strong, sharp pair of scissors and a fresh forearm, because it's weird. It either cuts super easy or it's almost impossible, and it's unpredictable, from 1 inch to the next, whether or not it is. So just be prepared for that. It can be tough to cut, but it is definitely worth it. What I did here is this is actually 2 of the large pieces. You can see that they're pretty large. This is the full-size mat in the package right there, and you can see how big it is relative to everything else on my bench. But to cover this 11 by 11 base, I needed 2 pieces. So what I did is I cut a curved line along the edge, and on the back side of that, then I used a Sharpie to trace that line on the other piece, and then came back and cut it so that they fit together kind of like a grassy jigsaw puzzle. And that worked pretty good. The joint is pretty much invisible. I think if I'd been a little more careful, I could have made it completely invisible. But as it is, there's really no evidence that that's more than one piece. So I think this stuff is really successful, and I'm super stoked to finally find a product like this that I can make use of. So there you go, a very effective and realistic solution, I think. I don't know how you could fail to make use of this if you are looking to do a scenic base or even a diorama. I think that they're pretty cost effective. It's not cheap, but it's definitely one of those things where you get what you pay for. So I would definitely encourage you to get on over to model-scene.com and check out their products. And hopefully they'll have some better distribution here in the United States soon. They've got 3 distributors listed on their website, but only one of them appears to be functional, and the other one is like everything's out of stock. So I don't know what's up with that, but I've been encouraging both David at Model Scene and Matthew Bowl at Hobby World USA to connect so that they can set up some kind of a relationship and get him some good channel access in the United States. So anyway, I hope you like it, and I appreciate you watching as always, guys. Much love.